going to be making bread pudding. It is one of my favorite dishes as well. I'm going to be making the chocolate chip pecan bread pudding. But first I want to give a shout out to my grandkids who are watching my Soul Food channel. I'd like to give a shout out to Mika Shelton, Hero Shelton, and to my great grandkids, Jace Anthony Hopkins and Caden Gray. Hi kids. These are the ingredients that I'm going to be using to make the bread pudding. We have 2 cups of bread already crumbled up for you. We're going to be using 2 eggs. You will need to use vanilla flavoring. There will be butter. You need to use butter, chocolate chips, and here are your pecans that you're going to use. You're going to use to mix it together with the Eagle brand milk, 1 part water to 1 can of Eagle brand milk. Then you're going to use 1.5 cup of sugar, and use it. Here's the water that I use to mix the milk with, and the Pam spray is what I use to spray to make sure it doesn't stick to the pan. And for the glaze, I like to use a marmalade. I'm going to go ahead and get started with this bread pudding. So the first thing I'm going to do is add my 2 cups of breadcrumbs into my mixing bowl. Make sure that's in there. Next, I'm going to use the Eagle brand milk. I need to put the Eagle brand milk in this is a 2 cup mixing cup, and I need to add 1 part water. So I use this water that I have saved here. So I just go ahead and add 1 part water using the can to the mix. Like that. Just go ahead and put that in there. Okay. And I'm pretty much done with the water. Just keep it here in case I wanted to make it maybe dinner or something like that. So then I need to go ahead and mix that up. Mix up the milk. Mix that up pretty thoroughly. Okay. Then I need to take the milk and pour it in the mixing bowl and go ahead and saturate the bread crumbs that I have in here so that that's fully well saturated. That's looking good. I'll finish with it later. Maybe I'm going to add a little bit more water to that. Just a little bit more water because it looks a little thick. So add a little bit more water. And I want to mix that up just a little bit more. You can use your own judgment in doing that. It just looks really good and thick. Then I'm going to go ahead and add in my eggs. I have 2 eggs right here. Add my eggs in. And I need to mix it a little bit in there with the milk, with the eggs. Okay. Takes a little bit to get that going right. No problem. Now I'm going to add the butter. Of course, we have the butter that we melted. It was just 1/4 butter from your packet. Go ahead and pour that in there. That looks good. Okay, the next ingredient is going to be your sugar. That's 1.5 cup of sugar. You can go ahead and pour that in there. And I'm going to mix that in there a little bit. I'm going to mix that up. I'm going to do a lot of mixing it very thoroughly. And last here, I'm going to use the vanilla. I'm going to put about a teaspoonful of vanilla flavoring in there. There we go. A little bit more. There we go. Just add that flavor to it. Great. Now I'm going to finish by adding the final ingredients. I'm going to go ahead and add in my chocolate chips right here. You may not need to use all of them, but you want to use them sparingly throughout your mixture so that they're evenly distributed. Pretty much kind of like that. And then we're going to go ahead and add the pecans the same way. Quite a few pecans in there. Add them in there very sparingly as well, because you want it to be really balanced chocolate chip pecan even. So they're there. So now the last thing that you have to do is just mix it. You're going to just go ahead and mix everything really well. The whole entire mixture very well. That's looking really good. And don't worry if you have a little bit left over, but you'll be just fine. Okay, now I'm going to get my pan ready. I'm using the spray. I'm going to go ahead and spray my pan. Okay, and now I'm ready to add the mixture to the pan. My oven is already on. It's at 350. It's been already preheated, so it's ready to go. You're going to go ahead and just add your mixture to your container. Spreading it out like so. Add your mixture to your container. Just continue to layer it just like that. I'm gonna throw it all away. These pans are a little small, so like I said, you may not use the whole entire amount of mixture if you're using smaller pans, but okay, here we go. I think it's ready for the oven. Now I'm going to go ahead and add the finishing touches, which is our marmalade. This is what makes it so extra yummy. Just spread it out evenly across the top. There we go. Like that. Make sure you're going to cover all corners of it with the marmalade. That's the glaze that makes your bread pudding extra special, I think. Here. Put a little bit more on this side. Make sure you cover. This is a finished product here, so I want to make sure we're going to cover everything quite evenly. That looks so good. Thanks. Okay, great. Okay, so. Hi, this is the finished product. Give me a thumbs up if you like it, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Bye, Mika. Bye, Hero. Bye, Kaden and Jace. Bye, everyone.